Hello, my crafty friends. This is Suzanne from A Creative Muse. And before I get into this one where I'm going to talk about the how to make your planner pages interactive, I just wanted to show you guys real quick the lottery ticket with the pull tab. This one here that I had put something too big underneath. I have the link below if you wanted to get this. And this is the gift card lottery ticket die set, which comes with these three. If you just go on to Becky Cat, okay, just looking to purchase, you'll also see this by itself. So this is a lottery ticket by itself. So it's only the two parts, not this base. And this is wonderful. So, you know, for maybe $1 more or so, you can get the whole set. I just wanted to let you guys know that there are two options. This by itself or all three together. I linked all three together. And you can also use this to make a 3D thing, like it could, because it kind of looks like a suitcase. So you could put a little strip here and kind of, you know, cut two of this. That's another thing I'd have to show you, huh? Alrighty, so I just wanted to tell you that there is two versions of it. Just like a reviewer, she watched the video and she said she had bought this planner set from Becky Cat and it didn't come with the flap. When I did the project share, I showed you that it does flip up because it comes with that flap. This is another one that there's two versions of it. There is another set, planner here and then an outline, and then this, the calendar part, no flap piece. So there's two versions of it. Now, of course, she has the option to buy the second version, or in this case, let's make it interactive when you don't have the flap and you're like, I want to make a flap on my planner page. Alrighty, so I'm going to show you how to do it. So I cut the base out of black cardstock and the base measures 8 1/4 by 5 1/2. 8 1/4 inches by 5 1/2. All right. And now I'm going to cut a piece of cardstock 4 1/2 by 8 inches, and I'm going to score at 1/2 inch. So you're going to cut 4 1/2 by 8. Take out your scoreboard. Along the 8-inch side, you're going to take your scoring tool and score at 1/2 inch. That's your flap. That's what's going to make it interactive. Once you have that flap on, then you can attach adhesive. So here I had cut the same sheet here in red, did a little score at 1/2 inch, fold it, take my bone folder, my Teflon bone folder, put it here, put score tape on the back. This is that scrapbook.com score tape, or you can just buy regular score tape. I think I have that linked on Amazon. Not everybody carries score tape. I used to get it at my local scrapbook store, and then some people will have it and then they sell it way too expensive. So yeah, a $4 roll becomes a $6 roll, and then shipping. So it can add up. But scrapbook.com has their Black Friday sale going on now, and their 1/4 inch score tape sells for $1.99 right now. This is a 1/2 inch flap. So on the original, because now that I'm dictating my flap, it's what I would use 1/8 of an inch score tape. Here I get to use 1/4 or 3/8 of an inch. Much stronger bond. So there we are. The only thing you are losing, you don't get the stitching detail, because you see the die itself is stitched. You're going to get the stitched detail. All the layers are stitched, which is so nice. But what you will get is your flap. So it's a compromise. It's a compromise. So you get the flap. And then now the matting layer for the flap, you're going to cut a piece of pattern paper, or if you want to keep it, you know, regular cardstock, 4 1/4 by 7 1/4. Take your ATG gun. I'm going to do this real quick because I want to also show you other versions of how to make it more interactive for personalization. Stick it on. go, center it. There you go. And so there we have it. Interaction. Just have to have a trimmer and a scoreboard, 4.5 by 8. So that's the first one, and it does work same exact way. Now you know why I love my mini album making. Alrighty, so that's how to convert it. Second version, cutting the same base, using just cut the cardstock again. This time, what did I do different? Yes, this time, so let's say you just have a die that cuts a big rectangle, or you just cut, you know, what this part measures, the internal part from here to here without the score line is 4.5 by 7.5. So I'm going to also show you a different way of how to make it interactive. So you cut your 4.5 inch by 7.5 inch, and the hinge, this mechanism, is 1 by 4.5 scored at a 1/2 inch. So you're going to take a sheet of paper and cut 4.5 inches long, 1 inch wide. Take your scoreboard, drop it here, and score on a 1/2 inch. That's going to make your hinge. This is what is going to make it move. Take your hinge, take off the score tape. Again, I did a 1/2 inch because that's what I'm used to and that's what I like. Line it up here at the top. There you go. And you can shorten it too. Like I have a little overhang there. Just take your scissors, because I'm doing this sitting back here so I don't get my head in the camera and doing it. And again, take your base, your planner base, and you can mat the planner page before you put this on. Like here, the base is white, then matted, then the interactive piece. Here is just the interactive piece. Did I just cut myself with the paper? I just got myself a paper cut. Ouch. Oh, I can't see. There you go. So that's interaction number 2 with a hinge. So the first one we built the hinge in. Alrighty? So that's two versions of making the page interactive. Version 3 of making the page interactive. Using dies. This is a rectangle nested die set that I bought from AliExpress. And you'll see them. I mean, you can, you know, get here or there. This one is, the largest die measures 5 1/4 by almost 7. The ones I used was, I think I went, yes, 4.5 by 6 1/4, which is this frame, and then this scallop. So let me move this out the way. So you can use your dies to also make the flap. So I cut out this square, which is 4.5 by 6 1/4. You can also just cut this out of paper. Let's say you only have a nested set of the scallops, right? Alrighty, and then I also cut this out. This piece, the scallop piece, measures 4 1/8 by 5 7/8. Almost 4 by 6. Perfect for a photograph. Alrighty, and then I also made another hinge, 4.5 by 1, 4.5 inches by 1 inch, scored at a 1/2 inch. I'm going to take off a little bit just to give me a little wiggle room when I'm putting it together. Alrighty. Fold it. Oh, I don't have my score tape down here. Alright, for the speed of the video, I'm going to go ahead and use the ATG gun. I would not normally use this. ATG gun will lift. It doesn't go well for anything where you need a lot of interaction, or or it has a lot of weight in terms of a bunch of papers on it, no. Go with the score tape. Now you can see now it's much shorter on the same base page, but that's okay. That's okay. We can still make it work. Still interactive. It'll still flip up. There we go with the hinge. It'll still flip up. Just a little bit shorter. Then you can put your sentiment down here. For example, I have this from the last time. You can put happy birthday down here. Happy birthday up here. A photograph here. Flip it up, another photograph. And, just a piece of pattern paper down here. A little strip of pattern paper. That's nice. And now we're going to mat on top with the scallop piece. Out of either plain cardstock in terms of plain paper, solid color, or pattern paper. Oops, in this case I'm using my pattern paper. There we go. So that's option number 3. Still interactive. Alrighty, next one. Let's use a different shape. This is another die set that I got from AliExpress. I had linked this below way back. I'm not even sure if it's in stock. If it's in stock, I'll let you know, but this is a great die. In terms of the arch, the largest one measures 7 by 5 1/4. I didn't use this one because it's going to be too big for the planner. I used this set. Wonderful. Because we have the hinge, we can use pretty much any die. I wouldn't go this way. Go here on the end. All right. Let me trim off this just a hair, just for the sake of the video. Whoop. All right. So this now, get your page oriented correctly, the planner page, and still for the flip up. So even though the die is this way, we're going to use it upside down. Alrighty, again, we're going to cut that hinge at 4, in this case, it's 4 by 1. So this measures 6 1/8 by 4 1/4. So it could have been 4 1/4 by 1. I must have written the wrong thing there. Alrighty, take the back. Remember, don't stick your hinge up. Where the bend is, that goes facing down and towards the top. If you stick it the other way, just pull it off and start over again. And re-stick it on. All right, there we go. You can burnish. Burnish always ensures a good stick. And that's your mechanism. Oh, I should have gone closer to the edge. Yeah. Hold on a second. I have to go all the way to the edge for the flap to work. Mini album 101. You have to go right up to the edge with this one. Right up to the edge. There we go. So you want your hinge to be right up on the edge of the die cut piece. Alrighty. And then I cut the second layer out of pattern paper. And of course, if you're going to use any kind of pattern paper, you know, make sure that, you know, you cut the image this way. So it's facing not this way, or it's going to be upside down. You want to cut it, your orientation should be that way. Because sometimes we'll only have one sheet. Just pause for a second, tell everybody, be quiet while I'm doing this part. So you cut it the right way, because sometimes, you know, we're actually using this die upside down. And it has great detail on it. I had shown you guys the square version of this. So this is the arch coming down. So remember to adhere the hinge all the way to the edge so it flips up easily. There we go. And then you can cut your photograph on the inside, pop that down. It'll cover up this hinge too, so don't worry about that part. But isn't that cute? So that's another version of an interactive page. And then you can easily come back to the date die here. Or if you have a bigger one, a 25, that's cute, right? Super, super, super cute. And I also wanted to show you real quick. Surprise Creation sells a lot of these nested dies. This is their inside out nested die. I will link it below. And this is a good rectangle set, just in general. This comes, I think I bought all 4 of the rectangles with different stitches on it. Pierced, dotted, dashed. Really good set. Should be on sale right now for Black Friday. If they still have the Black Friday going on, I haven't checked. And in here, you can definitely find something that can work. Maybe this one, too small. That one is close. This one may be too big, you see? So in summary, for the viewer who had bought the other version of the die, as I showed you, there is a fix. All is not lost because you didn't get the flap, and the flap does make it cool. But you can, it's a easy fix. Thank goodness, right? Thank goodness it's not some strange shape like some weird pierced heart with circles and all this type of stuff, or curved edges. So I looked at what you have, and so the other planner die set with the same calendar, this should be just a rectangle. All you're going to add to it is just that hinge, that 4.5 by 1 inch. If the hinge is sticking out, just trim it down a little bit and apply adhesive, and you're going to get your interactive flap. So right here, this is that. Easy fix. So you can still get a lot of mileage out of this great planner die. And, or if you don't, if you have the planner base and you guys want to also make your own, I showed you how to do that. As long as the die has a straight edge, it can become interactive. It's easier. Let's not go with curves and, you know, making it on this end, it's not going to really want to function well. So I think this one is a good die to use because it does have the stitching, but you don't have to have stitching. Nobody will notice. I mean, the stitching is nice, but it works with or without it. Alrighty, guys. Until the next video, my friends, stay crafty, and I hope for that viewer who was just like, I don't want to have to buy that other die and wait 3 months. You don't have to. Alrighty, I hope you enjoy the fix. Until the next video, my friends, stay crafty. Bye.